Good morning, everyone. The focus of today's episode, or this week's episode, is going to be how to get your teen more motivated. So I'm going to be interviewing a lot of different counselors and psychologists and really digging into the psychology behind that to help give you actionable steps to ensure your teenager is more motivated. Now, before we get to that, I'm actually going mountain biking this morning with my mom. So I got some espresso here, a bagel, and first steps, being motivated. It's actually taking action, taking your first step. There's actually done this study back with Marcio, Columbia University. It has a direct correlation with internal locus control. You believe you have control of the situation, you're gonna have higher motivational levels. So, first thing to do is just get up, start taking action. So that's what I'm doing. 6 a.m., woke up, put my shoes on, slow baby steps to get that motivation to ticker.
And we're getting ready to go mountain biking. As you know, I'm staying with my parents for a couple weeks with my mom, who is incredibly badass. Am I allowed to say badass on camera? I think so. Yeah, there we are. Mountain bikes. All right, I'm gonna get in the car. Got food. Remember, small steps equals motivation. I'll explain to you guys why in a sec. How do you get teenagers motivated, Mom?
I don't know, I can't think right now. Yes, motivate your kids to get up early and see this beautiful sunrise and go for a nice mountain bike.
Yeah.
And as I did with Todd, it was very hard to get him up this morning, but he's here and
Now I'm motivated. Small baby step.
All right, so let me explain to you this study done by Marcio Delgado about why baby steps and taking small action actually improve teenage motivation really quickly. Before I also interview all those counselors and psychologists throughout this episode.
Alright, so Marcio Delgado took about 100 participants and put them into a room with a machine in front of them. It's basically like a slot machine, like at a casino, right? You basically push a button and it would run a sequence and you'd either win or lose. Then Marcio Delgado put this thing on their head to measure their activity in their brain for the experiment. And then half the participants they just sat there and the machine did this guesswork, just like a slot machine in the casino, but they didn't push any button and they either won or lost. And they took the other half and said, push a button, just like you're playing a slot machine, you know? And once again, they either won or lost. And what they learned was that those that believed they had control by just pushing the button, just making that slight decision, a part of the brain that is the part for motivation, can't remember the exact term, I'll have it flash across the screen or something, lit up. While the others, nothing lit up because they didn't believe they had any decision-making power. Even though the probability was, oh crap, probability, oh no, was completely the same for both. And here comes my mom biking. Woo! Say something. As long as you believe you have the decision power, don't necessarily have to actually even have it, just like that study. Motivation's gonna come. The problem is, the schooling system a lot of times has all these rules and structure that you have to follow. There's no decision making. And parents set all these rules and structure amongst their kids. Once again, there is no decision making. All right, parents, so what can you get from this?
Well, give your teens more decision-making power. Let them decide when they want to wake up. Give them more decision-making power what they make for lunch. In fact, what I think a great one would be is let your student ditch school. Yes, ditch school twice a semester. Let them decide when they wake up, I don't want to go to school today. Because what that does is every single day now, one of the most important decisions they have to make every day, but they have no control over, is do I want to go to school today or not? They get to decide. And they're only allowed to ditch twice a semester. So they still have to go majority of times, but every day now, they have decision-making power. That alone is gonna increase some crazy motivation, wouldn't you think? Parents, remember, it's not if you have control of the situation, it's the belief you have control of the situation. Just like the study. One pushed a button, one didn't. Probability was the same, but those that pushed the button, a part of the brain actually lit up. Remember, they had that little thing that could measure brain waves and stuff. So give your teenagers more belief they have control, because schools aren't doing it. Everything's so structured and standardized. You need to take control. You need to give them the belief they have control so that motivational levels increase. Keep going.
I took my arms off.
She just fell. Show the blood.
Painful. It's my trophy. I'm okay. It's just I keep hitting my arm, and I have those things. I know Greg's gonna get all mad at me. So when did you wear them? I was supposed to wear them, but I had that, Band-Aid.
I got some of this. This is perfect.
All band up.
There she is.
There it is.
Yes. Oh,
Back to the mountain bike ride. We're almost done.
just another day on the trail.
Where's the end?
So, if you haven't realized, I've actually researched quite a bit on this. This is just one of the case studies that I hand selected for you. But I'm gonna take it up a notch and reach out to a lot of different counselors and psychologists with PhDs who've actually worked with a lot of teenagers and parents and interview them and figure out what they believe is gonna really help boost a teenage motivation. By the way, if you haven't already, check out our Student-Tutor Mastermind class. This is one of the lessons in the class in goal setting that we go over, because imagine if you boosted your motivation. That'll have a direct correlation with internal locus of control, which then has a correlation with self-efficacy, which is your confidence, which helps you reach greater goals and turning your dreams into reality. Now, that's a whole nother discussion. You're gonna wanna check out a Student-Tutor Mastermind program. Just go to student-tutor.com and click on Digital Age Courses and you'll see it. Pretty interesting stuff. All right, so yeah, we're gonna be changing the focus on the vlog. So this week's focus is more on teenage motivation. So rather than just me living my life, telling my story, each one has a specific focus that I know that parents are actually looking for, so that I can provide value in a story format. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. All right, everyone. So just to give you a quick update of what I'm doing right now, I'm researching all the family counselors and psychologists and stuff in my area and giving them a call and asking, do you help with teenage motivation? Check it out. So Googled, found all the different locations, and now I'm calling them all. And the individuals who end up calling me back, and they say, yes, we do help with that. I'm like, perfect. I want to interview you for my upcoming vlog and podcast and blog and include you to learn a little bit more about what we can do so you can pass all this information to you, the parents, and figure out what we can do together to spark brighter futures by increasing our teenage motivation. I'm going to drive on over there and bring this cool thing here, the Yeti, and have an interview with them. I'm gonna throw them in my van. As you know, I'm gonna tour across America, sparking bright futures. So it's not just one time I'm doing this. We continue to do this week after week. So if you haven't already, subscribe. And then I'm gonna compile all that information and I'm gonna create a podcast in addition for you to listen to. So you can probably click right here. It'll be a link to listen to that podcast that we're creating. It'll be really taking this even more in depth and taking all the interviews I have and combining them to create a teenage motivation podcast. And for parents who don't know what podcasts are, the app is probably pre-installed already on your iPhone or smartphone. Ask your kids, they could probably help you out with that. And it's basically an online radio that you can listen to in driving, when you're on a run, working out or whatever, and really then boil down that
learn more and help your kids even further. So let's spark bright futures. I'm gonna get back to it. Long day of lots of calls, booking interviews with counselors and psychologists, and now I'm having some wine and beer with my dad. What do you have to say?
Crazy, man. Crazy.
Check it out. You made this. This looks good. It's like chicken and tomatoes and... What kind of wine is this?
That's a sweet wine. It's just sipping wine. You don't drink a lot of it. And it's satay mushrooms, leeks, garlic, chicken that's been dressed with olive oil and Italian seasoning like oregano, and then cold onions on cold tomatoes on top, and a little bit of balsamic vinaigrette glaze.
So much research with teenage motivation this week. Got a couple interviews lined up. Tomorrow, another one Saturday, and a couple of others, hopefully crossing my fingers to learn how to motivate teenagers. So, I'm on a run right now, because I also believe in being healthy and getting myself motivated. Yeah!
About to head out for the interview. First interview for our podcast. Pretty excited. His name is Dr. Smith. Actually has 21 years of experience working with adults and children and families. He knows his stuff. He actually works with professional athletes, helps with, do a little bit of research. You're gonna wanna listen to this. This is gonna be really good. So I gotta get ready. I got everything. Let's see here. Computer, check. Mic, check. I gotta go. I'm running late. Gotta close the gate, and then we're out of here. I'm no longer gonna be talking and driving with the camera because it's very dangerous. I was thinking about it, and yeah, not a good idea. So anyone that's watching this and saw me doing that and you think, oh, I should do that, don't. I was being dumb and stupid, and just because I do things doesn't mean you should too. I make mistakes just like everyone else. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this video off and drive there safely, as you should. Just got here. This is Dr. You go ahead and tell your name, I guess.
Jeffrey Smith.
Dr. Jeffrey Smith, and I don't know what this is. What is this?
Well, this is the world's one and only full-scale, all-electric off-road race car.
Okay.
So we've raced it from Mexicali and Baja all the way down to Cabo.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a 4-day race, and we did broke it up into sections and did a couple 100 miles each day.
How long have you been doing that for?
A long time, but what makes this one cool is it's all electric, so it's battery operated.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, check out this, guys. It's incredible. We're gonna get to the motivation stuff in a sec, but I just had to take a look at this. That was some fun.
This is kind of a cool gizmo as well. It's an atmospheric water generator.
Okay.
So it harvests water out of the air, and as you can see, it's only plugged into the wall. So it actually takes water vapor that's in the air and it condenses it on a coil, cools it down, and then it filters it and stores it so you can get water right out of the air.
Wow. So yeah, I was reading your bio. You're really into health, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wow, check this out.
So this is an off-grid aquaponics system. So it's solar powered. It's got batteries and an inverter in there. There are fish which we can feed, and that's kind of a cool thing to see. You want to see how the fish will come up, and this kind of like start the fish food there. So I've got my adolescent tilapia in here. The adults are on the other side, and then the babies are over there because they eat each other and they get hungry. But the idea is the fish, pee and poop in the water. The water gets pumped out. It fertilizes the plants. The plants take the pee and the poop out of the water, cleans the water, and the water goes back in, and the whole thing starts over again.
Oh, this is like a whole garden.
It is, and it's not in very good shape right now. I broke both my arms racing earlier this year, so I haven't been able to.
Racing that thing?
No, I was racing off-road dirt bikes.
Okay.
But the cool thing about this is that you could take this system anywhere in the world and grow your own food and eat your own fish. And you could have the water to do it, because that little machine out there would be tied into this, so you can, you have the energy from the sun to create the power that runs all these pumps, right? As well as gets the water out of the air that would go back into this system once it evaporated. So
Wow.
you see how it's a closed off-grid system
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that you could literally
Sustainable
take
system.
anywhere in the world to do it.
Wow. Episode number 1. Yes, can you believe it? We started episode number 1. This is the tour across America that I am taking. As you know, I'm traveling across the country to spark brighter futures for the leaders of tomorrow, because we realize that the current educational system in the country is a little outdated and was built for the industrial age. So today's focus is on teenage motivation and figuring out ways to get teenagers more motivated. Today we have Dr. Smith, who's a licensed marriage and family therapist and has been practicing psychotherapy for over 21 years. He specializes in the area of performance enhancement, strategies for athletes, business professionals, members in the U.S. military, and other performers. He's also the member of a California Board of Behavioral Scientists, California Association of Marriage and Family Therapists, California Board of Psychology, California Psychology Association, Eye Movement, I don't even know how to say that word, Reprocessing International Association, Southern California Off-Road Racing Association. I actually just had the chance to go over to his office and walk in there thinking, I was just going to meet a normal psychologist, which I'm sure he is too, but he's not just any normal psychologist. He had this crazy race car that he said he took for what, three months? Three months across the Mexico.
Well, it was just a 4-day race from Mexicali down to Cabo. Yeah,
4-day race,
days,
and then on top of that, he has this completely sustainable garden in the back, and maybe we'll just snippet that audio file into this. So, very interesting individual. Very excited to meet him today and learn more about Dr. Smith here. So, Dr. Smith, welcome to the show. I'm really glad for you to be our first person here for the episode. So, tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Well, I just like to be on the planet having.
All right, everyone, you're definitely going to want to listen to that podcast that was linked somewhere right here. I'll make sure to link it again right here, because that was very fascinating, parents. Did you know he was a sniper for the Army and an air fighting pilot, and then he went to psychotherapy for the last 21 years, and he's broken both of his arms doing motorcycling, and he drove this dune buggy across Mexico for 3 months. Very fascinating individual. I was not expecting that. I'm so amped right now because I'm gonna meet so many cool people along this trip across America. Like, that was my first little interview in the van, and I have another one on this Saturday, and who knows who else I'm gonna meet. This is gonna be cool. I think I need to start doing something though afterwards, like give them like a little like gift or something. If you have any ideas, comment and let me know. But you know what's even cooler is you're gonna meet them all. Like, and if you tell me who you want me to meet, tell me who you want me to meet, and when I go to their city, I will meet them and I will interview them. If you have any recommendations of topics or individuals, let me know, because I think I'm onto something here, and this is fun. Spark bright futures for the leaders of tomorrow. Let's do it. Woo!